And here we go.
This program contains adult content and is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised. So please, lighten the hell up, okay?
So they got this feller down at the bowling alley. He gets up on the stage and shits his britches.
What for?
I don't know. But he gets up there, strums a guitar, and then starts loading his britches up like it's going out of style. It's like some kind of britches holocaust. Feller calls himself Steamy Ray Vaughan.
You mean that guy that plays the blues and died in an airplane crash?
No, that's Stevie Ray Vaughan. Steamy Ray Vaughan just shits his britches.
There we go. That's enough.
Hello. Oh boy.
So that was the intro for last week for Mother's Day.
You mother.
So to all you mothers out there, happy belated whatever.
Happy belated mother.
Yeah.
Bumper.
God damn it. So we tried last week. I tried last week.
I'm sorry, man. I was busy.
That's not your fault. Oh my God, if we had been down here, did all this shit and it didn't work,
I was a
I'd have
little,
shit my britches.
little busy.
Yeah, we got to find out about that. So
Yep, I was somewhere.
and
Some
that's
people know.
Some people do. So, quiet ride for Mother's Day. Happy belated Mother's Day and stuff and
Stuff and filth and foul.
fucking Podbean. That's all I got to say.
It happens, man.
Yeah. It was really aggravating because, like, asshole that I am, I was talking to myself for like the hell was that? For like 40 minutes.
How'd that happen?
Oh, Doc is trying to get in. I'm sorry. I was looking elsewhere.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you are in.
You're in.
Oh, am I in? How am I in already?
You just forced your way in, man. You just shoved
Wow.
yourself right in.
Is that possible?
I
He's
just kicked the door in.
Oh.
Rushing in.
nice.
So, I'm wondering if more people are gonna call in.
Well, I will keep an eye on it now. I didn't do it. So, sorry. Hello, Doc.
Yo, what's going on?
Up in a very, very loud personality.
So I was just bitching about, last week.
Oh yeah.
What was it? Tuesday, right?
Yeah, last Tuesday.
Oh yeah, I know where I was.
So you was elsewhere, and I was trying to stall for time. So that intro,
I was eating barbecue.
I let that intro run to the end of the song just to stall so I didn't have to talk by myself. No Doc.
No Doc.
So for like
What's up?
for 36
I couldn't get in.
I babbled
That's what she said.
and babbled and ranted and raved.
I'm sorry.
Went on a long tirade about Tom Hardy. And
What did Tom Hardy do to
I
you?
fucking hate Tom Hardy.
I sound very boomy compared to you.
I'm sorry.
I think this microphone
Tom
needs to be
Hardy.
switched out.
Uh-oh. Tom Hardy, yeah.
He was Venom. He was Venom, wasn't he?
Yeah. But
So why do you hate him?
because he sucks. He makes every movie he's in suck.
He was great.
I'm
Well, he made
getting to
Bane
that.
suck,
That's what
yeah.
really aggravates me. He was, first of all, when
How's that? Oh, that is
there you
so
go.
much
You got
better.
you got the good mic.
No, it's the shit mic, but it's just
There.
better.
But he
Oh my god, it's
He-
like night and day.
every movie that guy was in, he's horrifyingly bad in it.
Did you see
Even Mad Max?
movie?
I saw a bit of
Oh.
scenes from it.
We paid to rent that during the lockdown because there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
I think I spent $6 on that,
Whoa.
and we were like, this is the worst movie ever.
He bugged me.
You know what we should do? We should probably just the people listening. Sorry,
Yeah.
we should probably have a table that goes this way,
Yeah,
With
so
the
we don't
board-
have to do this.
and then we can look at each
Yeah,
other.
because I look kind of
Because
retarded.
you look
when-
handsome tonight.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go.
I was telling somebody I looked like Thor, not from the early movies, from the last one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
Are you hungry?
But no, Tom Hardy was in.
That was perfect.
What killed me was when he was Mad Max. I lost my fucking mind.
I thought that was okay.
He like he wasn't even like in the movie. He
That's
didn't,
right, it stinks.
he didn't do anything. And that's like one of my favorite characters. And Mel Gibson nailed it.
Oh, now, yeah, and especially after the first one. The first one,
The first one was okay.
it was a good movie, but it wasn't. It was more of an overview. I don't know how to explain it, but
It was a prologue.
he didn't act
Typical
in the movie.
80s apocalypse flick.
Yeah,
Well, the first one you didn't know what it was weird because it was like, when is this? What's going on? Like you didn't know. And then the second one came along, and that created that whole genre.
Yeah, you had that background knowledge. So the first thing they teach you in production school when you're doing movies and television and all that, they talk about conveying the message, because you know what you're trying to do with your movie or your television show or your radio show or whatever it is, which
Not us.
we don't know what we're doing. This is a show about absolutely nothing. But when you go to broadcast school or college or wherever it is you go to do these things, I did it at Temple University.
I was in an apartment in Norristown.
It's important to convey the message by some means so that the audience listening understands what's happening. Now, there are certain movies and broadcast events where you do that in a way that you don't want the audience to know. So you think of like The Sixth Sense or whatever it was. The
little look over here.
You don't know what's happening, but it's hard to understand something. So until it becomes, like I was so confused by Napoleon Dynamite. I'm like, what's this
Really?
movie supposed to be?
Why? It was
It was what it was.
It was an
but
MTV movie.
I was waiting for something. I didn't understand. I'm like, and the second time I watched it, I laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed.
Yeah. That's like Will Ferrell movies. The second time they're better.
Oh, well, yes. Especially my favorite movie from him is Talladega Nights. Period. That's it.
I've only seen it once, so I didn't like it.
It is
but if
my
I see it again,
favorite Will Ferrell movie of all time, and the outtakes are the best part at the end.
Yeah. But you watch that and you're just like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, he's doing that horrifyingly bad character for a reason, and I guess you get to appreciate it later. I don't know. But
Well,
Tom fucking Hardy.
Well, talk about a horrifying character that he did. Go to the place we want to go.
Where?
Because it's coming back.
What place? What are you talking about? Oh, Peaky.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
See?
hate Tom Hardy's.
We know each other so well. We know what we're already thinking.
I hate Tom Hardy so much, and then Mr. Adler here is watching Peaky Blinders and says I should watch it. I'm like, yeah, don't do that. Yeah. So we watched it like every episode, like every day until we were done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so good. And God damned if Tom Hardy isn't the best character in that damn
He's
show.
amazing in it.
He's just when
Well,
he's on, you just don't care about anything else.
Let me tell you about my
Prick.
first exposure to him, knowing who it was when he was Bane.
Oh God, I hate that guy.
But wait. So I refused to believe that the person I saw in the picture was the actual guy doing I thought they were doing a voiceover.
Nope, no, that's his.
That
weirdo
was
voice.
him.
Mhm.
And I thought that voice was brilliant for the context of the movie.
Oh yes,
I really did.
he's weird. Like, and I want to
He's
know
a weird guy.
is the voice he does in Peaky Blinders.
They're talking about casting him for 007.
Oh dear God, no, please God.
After
no.
who right now,
His lips are too big.
I think the current James Bond after Sean Connery
Mhm.
is probably
The closest,
if not the best.
Yeah.
And nothing against Roger Moore. I loved Roger Moore, but
he was goofy.
yeah, it was campy. It was campy at the time, but he just when they brought him in, they decided they were going to take James Bond back to the basics, and it was sort of like, I'm going to really geek out on you here. All of the tech that has been used during his tenure is tech that is feasibly possible.
I have most of that in my nightstand.
And that was the basis of when John Pertwee became Doctor Who. He wanted all the science to be at least feasibly, technologically possible.
I still don't understand the sonic screwdriver thing.
I don't either, but somehow they incorporated that. So that's why John Pertwee never left Earth really or anything like that. So that's a left-hand tangent of the whole thing.
Yeah.
You got a big mouth.
Listen.
You just talk too much.
Whatever. Nobody cares.
But But
No,
yeah.
no, no.
But
no.
so that was my 30-minute rant. I forget. I did some other stuff, but then I saw no one joining. It said I'd been on the air for 4 hours.
You lack discipline.
And Doc's like texting me, I can't get in.
I hate when that happens.
So I stopped and started it like 5 times. And every time I did it,
You
said,
lost everybody.
it said you're on for 4 hours again. I'm like, I can't.
4 hours.
Yeah. And then
You talk about a show for nothing. That was
Oh.
4 hours of nothing.
Yeah.
So somebody's asking me if I'm going to rock.
Isn't he?
I'm going to rock on Saturday night.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. You have to hang on. That's at the end. We're not going to give you the blow off right
There's all
away.
kinds of crazy stuff going on.
The hell? Ugh. Anyway. But yeah, I felt like such a, and then, you know, it's fucked up, Doc. I don't know if I told you, I actually started the show twice and started over.
Yeah, I think you did tell me that.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Because I was getting ready to, I told you I was getting ready to delete my account and redo it and see what's going on. And you're like, nah, let me just restart it. And it still fucked up.
No, I talked to them. They something got screwed up on their side. They had to fix it. And they're like, can you check it now? I'm like, no, it's Wednesday. I got shit to do.
Shut up.
Damn it, man. Time for that crap.
I think he just got hacked.
No, it
probably
it got stuck in it kept ending and saying we had the same amount of people and the same airtime as last time we were all on.
Of course.
So it was
My
just
CPU is a
completely
neural net
deranged.
processor, a learning computer.
Yeah.
See?
Probably another podcaster out here hates the show and they hacked us.
Oh, it's probably another Russian
I don't know who that is.
ransomware thing. God knows. Without going into details, one of my clients got hacked and all their systems went down. Their email, their phones, everything.
Yes.
So
That's not the one I want.
what the hell were you going for?
All right. We had some strange shit going on the last week with meetings or Teams 365 and all that shit and some stuff. When I got back to work, things were just a little weird.
Yeah, it's getting bad. Things are.
I came back to town and just everything was turned upside down.
Oh yeah. That's why we were talking about. We were going to talk about jackhammers.
Jackhammers. So we
yeah.
live on a little residential street like most people. But what's the matter?
No, I said a road.
Oh, I thought you said Rogue.
Well, that too.
Rogue One. And about a year ago, right now, our neighbor's house went right up in flames at about 11:30 at night, and it was the biggest bonfire we ever saw. It was
cool.
pretty cool, but
Yeah.
it's sad because people lost their home, and that's disgusting and shameful. So it's taken a year, and now they've decided that they're just going to tear the house down. So this morning we awoke and began our work day. Jim and I both work from home most of the time. I was in the office the other day, but they were jackhammering because they're cutting off all the utilities and they are going to tear this house down to the ground. So working from home is going to be like working in a construction zone soon, because once they get that thing down, then the teams come in and they start the hammering. Put the house, it's just going to be crazy.
Yeah. I walked outside the other day. The dude who lives in between us, his yard.
Howie.
Yeah, the guy who does his yard.
Yeah.
Who always fights with us about where Bree parks her car.
Okay.
They don't. She parks it there because if we park it in front of on the other side of our driveway, it's a choke point. So I have her park it there because there's no other.
Isn't
car.
that your property?
It is.
So
But
shut up.
The guy who does his lawn has had this weird feud with us. He wants to park there.
You asshole.
So he parks really close and everything. So I came out, I was working. I'm sitting there at work. I'm like, screw this. I went on break. I went downstairs. I walked outside. He was just running the leaf blower in the street. Like there was nothing going on. He was just playing.
He's trying to get your attention.
And I walked out. I was like, seriously, dude?
You were like,
That's enough.
I just yelled at him, like, knock it off. And he's like, I will burn your house down.
He was
But,
just trying to show you he had a big leaf blower.
Yeah, his is electric. Mine's gas.
am the leaf blower master.
Well, I think those are the same guys that come at 4 a.m. and use the leaf blowers on the snow.
they are not.
They're not.
They used to be. They quit.
Good. They're assholes. I was going to call the cops.
That's
on
why
them.
he came to me and asked me if we could
Yeah.
shovel his walk permanently. And I said, no, I have to go to work.
Look, man, I'm not.
Then COVID hit and I was here all the time. He's like, you could have done, but I wasn't working.
Whatever.
Oh, jeez. Moving to England.
But more importantly,
We don't get a lot of snow over there.
where the fuck were you last week?
I was in Viva Las Vegas.
Where is it?
I said Viva Las Vegas.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I was in Vegas, baby.
Nice.
Yeah, it was interesting. Not your usual Vegas vacation.
No.
No. The wife decided that in her infinite knowledge and large heart that we were going to take the moms.
Oh.
So we took my mother-in-law and my mother to Las Vegas. And, let's just say that they're at the latter end of the 70s.
Ah.
It's
Disco era.
It's the disco era. And, they're not moving as fluidly as one would want. So if you've been to Vegas in the last 7 years to 8 years, it is a walking town. Everything is on the sidewalk. It's like it's like a two-sided wildwood, and the ocean is the road in between. And to get to the other side of the road, you do not cross the street at most intersections. You have to go up an escalator or an elevator, go over a road bridge, and then come down.
Like the Native Americans.
Yes. Like you're at a highway. So some of them you go up the escalator and then you can get into buildings from there. Like when you go to Cosmopolitan, which is a very nice place, they have their access is right up top when you get up to the top of the escalator. So we stayed at a place that I don't want to disparage the place, but I'm never going to stay there again. We stayed at the Venetian. It's a very nice place, a 5-star hotel. You'd think, hey, nice. No, I didn't like it. No. Nice room, sunken living room, in the bedroom, whatever, the big bathroom, whatever. We normally stay at a place called Vidar, which is part of Aria. That's where I like to stay. That's where the normal people are.
Sounds dirty.
I don't want to see the mullet-laden tank top people.
Hey.
Sorry, man.
Those are coming
I
back.
deal with you every day. I don't need you to be on vacation with me.
That's true. That would be bad.
Jesus. Anywho's, so there we were at the Venetian, and so I look up on the map and it says to get to New York, which we were going to do one day. We planned out each hotel we were going to go check out and all this fun stuff. It's a 1.6 mile trek from the Venetian to New York.
Okay.
It's only about it's about 7 blocks. But with all the up and down and over and under and move here and go there and go over the highway and go over here, and then you can't go that way. It doesn't go in a straight line. You have to. It's
like a baton death march.
It's a long walk, and my mom's got a cane.
Oh, you bastard!
And my mother-in-law, if you spin her around 3 times, she goes the wrong way, and then she's in another state before you know it.
Oh, so it was more like.
So it was sort of like adventures in babysitting, and that's nothing against my mom or my mother-in-law. It was just a little bit of a challenge.
Like that.
Yeah. So we were originally going to, because they're not super mobile. So we're like, all right, we'll get a couple wheelchairs or something. We'll push them around because we can right down the
scooters and make some money off racing them. Yeah.
$50 a day.
There you go.
They were booked.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Well, that makes sense, actually.
Well in advance. So we just rented a gigantic Buick.
Oh. What color was it?
I think it was burgundy.
Nice.
It was an SUV.
It's like a red shark.
It was monstrous. It was like I don't know what the Chevy equivalent is, but it was very big. So what we did, because of COVID, all the MGM properties are free parking right now.
Oh, sweet.
So we just got in the hotel, got to our car, drove down to the next place we were going to go, whatever our base of operations for that afternoon was going to be, whether it was Aria or was going to be New York, whatever. We'd park there and then venture out to the various places we were going to go. And that's what we did.
What's the traffic like there? Is it like South Street on a Saturday night? Or?
It is exactly that.
Oh, God.
And so we got there on a Monday night. And each day, the traffic and the amount of people increase exponentially until you get to about Thursday. And then it's insane. By Friday, it's IROC Z guys and, all that stuff going on. So each night we had something different to do. Like the first night we went to a little pizza place called Grimaldi's in the Palazzo. We'd eaten there before. It's coal-fired pizza. It's really good. And I got my martinis and I was really good. And then the second night we ate at Gillies, which is a barbecue place out of, like, I think Tennessee, and they have a spot over there at the Treasure Island.
Yeah, that place was big in
One of those
the
movies.
80s, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a really cool bar, but during COVID, it's not a really cool
Somebody's
bar.
talking like, I got my face kicked
They
off
have-
at Gillies. Don't they have like a bull or something?
They have a bull you can ride, and then
Okay.
they have great bands there. We saw a band that had just gotten signed the last time we were in Vegas, and actually hung out with the guys and talked to them about their record deal and all this stuff. And they were in from Nashville, and got to hang out with those guys. It was pretty cool. I don't know the name of the band. Who cares? Because I'm not in the country.
Yeah,
music.
we went straight from my 600-pound life to Nashville.
But these kids were killer guitar players. And then the third night we went to a place called Joe's Stone Crab and Steak, which is out of Miami, and they have one in Washington D.C. And it's where my wife and I like to go on our we did it on our honeymoon, and we try to go every year for our anniversary. Of course, we didn't for the last 4 years for some reason, because there was some crazy shit going on in Washington.
All that.
It was a little unsafe, especially the last 2 years.
Mm.
Anywho, so we got to go there and check that place out, and then I dropped the wire on the
gonna
floor.
say.
Yeah, but those are the places we spent a lot of time at. Then we went to the Hoover Dam. We went to Fremont Street one night, which was pretty cool, but it's a little crazy for two 78-year-old, 79-year-old ladies to walk around.
Oh yeah.
It's Mug Central. And we went to there's a new hotel called Circa they just built, which was cool.
Ooh.
We drove out to Red Rock Canyon and drove through Red Rock Canyon. Then we went to Red Rock Casino Hotel and Resort, which is near Red Rock Canyon, which is about 12, 13 miles outside of Vegas. But we had some drama.
What was that?
Well,
I mean, besides like dragging.
okay, so
two poor
let me
women
just
all over
let
the
me
hell
just
and
give you
back.
the gist of it. And my mother-in-law is not listening. My mom's not listening, so I don't care.
Are you sure they might be fans?
So my mother-in-law, let's say she is focus lacking at times.
Hmm?
Okay.
Hmm.
So what we have to tell her is, now listen, when you go over to that machine there, don't leave that machine until you make eye contact with us. Don't leave the machine. We're going to go over here.
You
We're
got a
going
lot of weird rules.
We're going to play here. You play there. Inevitably, she's gone. Off to the races. We don't know where she is. Now we have to split up and find her in the hotel, the lobby, and in the casino. This is what's going on. So Thursday night, she lost card.
Oh, I was too slow. I was going to play music, but no, I
So
don't care anymore.
So my wife says to her, listen, it's 11:30, 11 o'clock at night, whatever it was. Call the credit card company, cancel the credit card. Tomorrow morning, we'll deal with whatever else we have to do with this thing. Just cancel it. Who cares? No. 12:30 at night, we get a call, hotel security. Yes.
You're missing an old lady.
This is Mrs. Adler. Yes, your mother is looking for you and doesn't know where you are. Well, you knew what room we were in.
How did you find us?
Anywho, next thing I
That's a
know,
lazy ass security guard.
my wife's down in her room, and they're there for who God knows how long she was in there looking for this critic. Hey, come on, man, it's not
That is funny.
So it's just insane. I'm like, dude, I just want to get drunk and party. And
No.
so the next morning, she finds it on the floor in her room.
She what? No. It was right-
After my wife was in there with the security guard, they were there like 2:00 in the morning looking for this goddamn security card. And that was, we were getting up early the next morning. I said, listen, I got plans for the next morning. It was Friday morning. I said, I want to go. I think it was Friday morning. Maybe it was Thursday morning, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know. Whatever it was. The next morning, we were going to Ed Roman Guitars,
Mm.
largest guitar dealer in Vegas that I know of. They make custom guitars. They specialize in BC Rich replicas and Kramers and all this stuff. All this stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, we get up late. Everybody's tired and bleary-eyed because we've been talking to security and looking for credit cards that didn't get lost and all this goddamn bullshit. We finally get in the car. I'm happy. This is the first big thing I'm doing all week that I wanted to do. Because I'm just babysitting and following people around. Don't go over there. Don't touch that. Stay here. Don't go here. Don't get in that elevator. Stay here. No, have a drink. No, don't have another drink. You'll get sick. Okay. We get to Ed Roman Guitars. I ring the doorbell. No response. The wife's in the background. Maybe they're closed. They're closed. They're not open. No, I'm going to ring the doorbell.
You know, if you
again.
come down here with a shotgun, I'm going to get hurt.
I ring the doorbell again. Nothing. I go back to the car. I call him. What's the matter?
You know him?
Hey, PP? I don't know who that is.
All right.
What's it say? Who is it?
He wanted to call in. I didn't know if you knew him.
Yeah, let him call in.
All right. Give it a try again.
So I call them up. They answer. Hello, Ed Roman Guitars. Yeah, I'm standing out front. I'm trying to get in to see the showroom. Oh, we'll be right up. We're a little busy. We'll be up there in a minute. We get back in the car because it's now 101 degrees.
No, that's not bad for Vegas.
Sitting in the car. Nobody came to the goddamn door. Nobody. Not one, not two, zero. This is my second experience with Ed Roman Guitars. The first time I went was in 2008. I went there with somebody else I was dating at the time. Went to Ed Roman Guitars. I go in, went through the showroom. They had the most amazing, beautiful, crazy guitars. It was Shangri-La. It was unbelievable. The place the size of a football field. They had Paul Stanley model Ibanez's. They had, and I'm not talking about the cheap Korean junk. I'm talking about original Japanese Ibanez PS10s, like the real ones, $5,000, $6,000 models. They had everything. It was an incredible experience. And they had a couple guitars that I was interested in. And typically, I save and buy a guitar a year if I can. This was my trip to Vegas that year. I'm going to buy a guitar. So
you're going to buy it on the spot?
I'm going to buy it on the spot and take it home. I've done
Nice.
it before. I've done it. There's quite a few in this room we're sitting in that came into my possession that way. So I'm playing a Paul Stanley Silvertone, which is a piece of crap, but it was a Paul Stanley model Silvertone that had a broken mirror face on it. That he's known for having the broken mirror face. And it was like, I don't know, it was like $700 or something like that, which is probably $200 more than it sold for when it was new at the time. And I'm playing it and I'm checking it out. I'm like, this is it's not bad. Just give me a couple more minutes. And Ed Roman, who is now deceased, and I won't say rest in peace, comes walking out of the back and he says, guitar just went up $200. Buy it now or get out.
Why? Because you were playing with it?
I guess he felt I took too long.
What a dick.
With that, I turned to the sales guy and I said, fuck him. That guy just lost a sale. And God knows what else he could have lost in terms of sales for me ordering online down the road. I'm a guitar collector. And with that, I got up and I walked the fuck out. And I was like, fuck him. I'm never coming back here again.
But
fast forward to 2021. I'm like, okay, it's been over 10 years. It was 2008. I wanted my now wife to see this unbelievable place and get an idea of what it is to see a place like this. It's just, and he's deceased. So I figured it couldn't be bad.
You got to see the door.
And nobody's home. So that was my Ed Roman experience, round two. And I forego, I don't know what the term is. Foregone. I was going to go to Jesse's guitar shop, Cowtown Guitars. He's the guy from Pawn Stars. And I met Jesse many years ago. I didn't know who he was. I walked in a shop to try and play an amplifier. It's called a Splawn. If anybody's familiar, it's called a Quick Rod, and he apparently had some in stock, but they were sold out the day I went. And we had this long, lengthy conversation about amplifiers until I realized, hey, you're that dude from Pawn Stars. And we had a really cool conversation, and I went and visited him at multiple locations because he moved shops over the years. And I didn't go see Jesse, and I'm pissed because he always has cool stuff. Like last time I was there, he had one of Jakey Lee's Jacksons or Charvels sitting on a guitar stand, and I'm like, I looked at him, I walked in, I said, that was like Jakey Lee's guitar, and he goes, that's because it is. Because Jakey Lee lives in Vegas, and they're friendly, and he goes there like everybody else does. So I didn't go there because I wanted to go to Ed Roman. Fuck you very much.
Jesus.
Fuck you, Ed Roman. Thank you.
Well,
You
he's
probably
doing
had your
things.
picture hanging up and told everybody, "Don't let this fucking guy back in here."
Jesus Christ. I mean,
There's the guy that just dead. He told us in his will not to let him in.
unbelievable. I mean, I'm not, I buy a guitar a year. Some years, well, when COVID hit, I bought 3, but I didn't have anything to do. But Jim can see it, but I bought that on vacation.
Okay.
When I went to Maine one year, I bought that.
I'd be terrified bringing it home on a plane.
I didn't bring it home in a plane.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
if you get
drove
it put
there.
out there.
Well, we met a rock band on our flight out, and they checked their guitars out of Philly, put them into luggage like anybody else would. It was the same case that's back behind there, Fender cases. They were Fender guys, and they sent their guitars that our first layover, our only layover on the way out was in North Carolina, Charlotte. So I've done that. I've taken, well, it's not here. My son has my S1 from Gibson. I flew that in a plane. I put it in the overhead. I bought that Explorer in Los Angeles, California, at the Guitar Center on Sunset Boulevard, where everybody used to put their hands in the cement and all that stuff. Eddie Van Halen used to shop there. They have a giant mural in the parking lot out back of Guitar Center now, since he passed, in tribute to him. And he, like I said, he shopped there all the time.
I would just be terrified they just
I had that
destroy
ship.
it.
I had that ship back. That got shipped back. In the old days, in 1994, that got shipped UPS ground. It took about 4 to 6 weeks for it to come back to me.
That sounds about right.
I was like, every day I come home from work because you didn't get tracking. There was no internet. There was nothing.
Same thing with my X-ray specs.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it always took forever.
Good for you.
Listen, dude, I'm not showing off. I'm just telling stories.
Who? What? Somebody telling you you're showing off?
Yeah, he said, good for you. I mean,
well,
I agree with you.
Oh, now you agree with me. Fine.
Well, it didn't say we just beat his ass.
But, it just makes me mad.
But did you have any kind of fun?
You know what that was? That was a
fuck my life moment.
There
I
you
didn't
go.
even realize it. I had a whole rant and
You got to just run around with like a pad of paper and just write this shit down. You know? Like I do.
And then, after a couple years, most of the time I don't even buy guitars on vacation because there's no good guitars to buy. There's no used guitars. You walk in a store today, there's shit hanging on the wall. It's all Chinese junk. And not that there's some good Chinese, but most of it's junk. Let's be honest. Some of the Epiphone stuff is okay. But you can't even do it. You buy now on eBay. You roll the dice. Oh, I'm going to spend $1,500 and see what comes in the mail. Woohoo!
Oh, look at that.
Look at that piece of crap. What is that turd?
Yeah, usually if I know, I used to hang out at Sam Ash because the kid would take guitar lessons and I'd walk around, just look at stuff like, wow. If you had anything that was decent, it was beat to hell and back.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there was stuff I remember one time I walked, I don't even remember what it was. I just started laughing. I went up and just touched it and
don't touch that.
Well, no, the pot, the head just fell off.
Oh,
it just popped off. I'm like, oh shit. I just looked around. Nobody saw it. I put it right back on. I'm like,
one time I was with my buddy Paul Morgan. We were in a music store and we're standing on the other side of the room and a guitar just fell off the wall.
Oh, good.
That was not cool.
No. Yeah.
The last great music store locally, besides Cintioli's, and I'm not talking about Cintioli's in the last 5 years. I'm talking about Cintioli's when they were in Northeast Philly, down on Lower Castor Avenue, was Medley Music on the main line for me. That was a place I really like to go to.
Oh yeah, that place was really, yeah.
I bought 2 Les Pauls there. I bought that Gold Top and my Sunburst, which is over at Rick Copley's house right now. He's actually thinking about buying it. But I bought that Sunburst in a hardware store. There was a hardware store called Killian's Hardware in Chestnut Hill. And the son of the owner, that son of a bitch, lived upstairs and he had a small guitar shop out of his apartment. And I bought that the day after his motorcycle got stolen.
Oh, God.
I bought that.
You got him when he was down.
I did get him. I got it for
$865.
$865.
Nice.
that guitar today. It's a 1981 Cherry Sunburst Les Paul Standard, and it's just about mint condition. It's got one mark on it. For the guitar guys that are out there listening, I'll let you figure out how much that's worth. It's worth a whole lot more than $865 now. I don't take it out to gigs. I don't, it just.
That's you have somebody
She's a hanger.
slobbering all over it.
Yeah. The last time I took a good guitar out to a show, I took 2 guitars out, really good guitars I had just gotten to 2 different shows, and both of them got dumped on the floor within 2 months. And that was not good. Not good. Paulie wasn't happy.
Can I run my tongue up your fretboard?
I don't care if you do that, but don't take my guitar and put it on the floor and make it slide. That sucks. I can do that. That's up to me. If I want to,
I'm terrified I'm going to do that someday.
I mean, my Strats. You guys see me with my Strats. I beat the piss out of them when I'm playing them.
Yeah, but they're yours.
But they're mine, and I bought them to play, and now they're worth a lot of money for some reason. I don't understand.
Like, if I'm going to blow my shit up, it's my shit.
But the cool thing is Fender Strats, Fenders get more valuable with chips and nicks on them as the older they get. It's weird. Gibson's not so much. They have to be mint. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
It sure has a lot of energy. You got nothing to prove.
Right.
He's just blowing off steam.
I know you ain't too happy at this moment,
No, I'm not. I'm not.
I gotta fight, okay? I got problems, I gotta fight.
Okay.
Hey, you got away from work for a while.
I'll call you back.
So that was that. Came back and had to deal with work, and like everybody does, you come back and you've been out for a week, and if you're somebody that deals with email, you have, in my case, it was over 200 and something emails, and and that was with somebody actually like this past vacation. I had somebody like actually help me out. This guy Tim I work with pitched in and took care of a lot of stuff, kept things under control while I was out of the office, in addition to doing his job, like everybody else, But it was a shit show yesterday. I went in the morning, and I went in to go in for 2 hours to get some stuff mailed out and get my act together. And the next thing I knew, it was 4:35. So
yeah, that's the problem. You go on vacation, you got to climb over the goddamn mountain to get there, and then you got to climb over the same damn mountain to get back.
The guy I used to work with who retired about 2 years ago, he said to me, he goes, 1 day out, 3 days behind.
Yep. Yeah.
So it took me till the better part, obviously, of yesterday and most of this morning to get to a point where I could get back to taking the courses I have to take for work. Because we take courses.
Yeah.
And we all know how important those courses are, because they make a lot of difference in your performance. And you learn so much after doing the same job for about 27 years that I need to say no more.
Are they the ones like, shake hands, not boobs?
Let's just say that when we're dealing with customers, it's always important to let them know in a nice way that you're going to let them down. And then next time, learn from that experience how not to let them down. Let's create positive expectation with the customer.
Listen, twat face, don't expect to call here again. Like that.
It's just, I'm a realist when it comes to work. I'm like, listen, your stuff is going to be late. We had a little problem. Stuff isn't where it's supposed to be. Bob over there dropped the ball. Frank, he doesn't know how to run the machine. It's just build in some time to yourself.
Dave, he's been dead for a month.
Don't tell people they can have stuff. This just-in-time stuff that we adopted from the Japanese.
Ugh.
That's great. That's
drop a
great. When
bomb
you're making 3 different things day after day, and you just have parts coming in for those things, that's great. That's beautiful. But when you're building custom-made things, something's going to go wrong. And I tell my customers this all the time. Something will go wrong. You can bank on it. Bank on the thing going wrong. If you bank on it going wrong, then we can build some realistic timelines. Don't tell me you need something in a time frame that's physically not possible.
Yeah, just assume you're fucked from the beginning.
Yes, because now you're walking into the punch with me.
There you go.
And I didn't need to get punched in the face. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
Another.
Fuck my life.
That's working really good today.
Yeah, look at that.
That's good.
Ugh.
So that Saturday night I get back to doing rock and roll though.
Yeah, thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And I got a good feeling. We got a guy playing drums this weekend.
Time to start 8:30.
8:30 start at Screwballs.
Screwball.
Old school. And we're going to be doing some weird tunes too. I got
Really?
a lot of work to do between Thursday and Friday to brush up on some of these tunes.
Is that part of the surprise?
Well, the surprise is who he is.
Oh.
Let's just say if you shop in local music stores, you're probably going to know this guy. It's very interesting. And he's got some tricks up his sleeve. This guy's crafty. He's got some stuff. It's going to be interesting. And, so I'm hoping it's all going to, pan out. And, we had a band practice with him about a week ago before I went on vacation, and it was good. We had a good time. Everybody was having a great time. It was fun. He's got a cool rehearsal space, and it was a doggone good time. You know what I'm saying? The dams was going down and it was fun.
Nice.
So, we had that gelling going on. We're hoping that that's going to carry over to the live show. And if it does, the year-long lapse of gigs and transitions between musicians will be over. And we can get back to doing some new, fresh tunes. And, this is going to feel fresh because we haven't played some of these tunes in probably like 4 or 5 years. So it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be it's transition too. Like, do we wear masks?
Well, I'm not.
I'm gonna wear one there.
I don't know if you need to wear. Well, I think
I don't
you
know.
do.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what happened in Vegas, because
you just bring it and see what happens.
On Wednesday afternoon or so, they announced that if you, maybe it was Thursday, we were there, and they announced that if you go to the Wynn from 2:00 on that day, no mask is required if you've been immunized.
But how do you prove it?
I don't know, and I don't care, because I am immunized.
Yeah, me too.
If you're a schmuck and you haven't gotten immunized and you get sick and your grandmom croaks, too fucking bad as far as I'm concerned.
But my humors will be out of sync.
I feel bad for your grandmom because you're an asshole. But that being said,
is this real?
Memorex? so we walked around in the Wynn with no masks on, and then we found out the next morning that the Venetian and Palazzo did not require masks anymore either if you were immunized.
I'm assuming down there they're not going to really care.
So I was walking around with my American flag shirt, and I was like, I'm good. Fuck you very much. I had on my Fender American flag shirt, and I was just walking through that goddamn casino, losing money like a moron.
That's what they want you to do.
I actually got up ahead a couple times. I was up, $100 and whatever, $60 here and there. I probably lost about $75 by the end of the week to $100.
That's not bad.
No, I haven't counted the money. It's in my pocket right here. I took $550 with me. Yeah.
See, like the thing I never got into casinos. Like I've been there. I think the most I've ever spent in one is like $50, and I felt like a dick for about a decade afterwards.
There's a way to play.
Well, here's the thing.
To have fun.
When we were growing up, we were,
and having a budget is a big part of it.
Yeah, we were what you'd call poor. So
I can relate to that.
So like, you didn't spend a lot of stuff like that, but like my parents would they would still buy a lottery ticket all the time, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then as my dad was like making a little more, they would go down to the casino and they'd spend like ridiculous sums of money.
But did they spend it, or they used it and then they got most of it back?
Oh no. They
lost.
dumped it into slot
that's
machines.
Stupid.
And my mom would do it constantly, and they'd come back and say, I'm like, I don't get.
Okay, so
I was 8 years old sucking heating oil out of a tube. I don't understand.
Well, you were abused.
Well,
let's be honest.
But it was like,
here's how I look at it. This is how, because I didn't really go to casinos until I met my current wife. We budget for the evening. So it's okay. We were going to go to the movies tonight. We were going to do this or whatever. How much does that cost? $50. I don't know, $65 dinner and movie. It's expensive these days to do this thing, right? So we pretend that we're going Dutch, and we're each treating each other. So we each take our own budget amount, $50 to $100, whatever it is. I don't know. It depends on where we're going.
Yeah.
And I can take, I do better at pinball with this, but I can take, my $50 and make that last for an hour and a half if I'm playing the right machine and the right kind of machine. So you have to look at the machines very carefully. You walk out, it says penny slot, but then you look, each bet's 88 cents min. That's very misleading. What you want are the 20-cent spins. Go on a 20-cent machine. You're not going to get rich if you hit on it, but you're going to have fun. So you can take that money and stretch it out. And if you play a machine and it, every 3 spins, it does a little something, you get a little something back. Good. Then you can milk that machine and run it and play it.
Oh yeah, that's not how my parents do it.
But if you go to a machine that costs 88 cents a spin and it's not doing well, you're going to go through $20 and 20 spins about. It's over, Jerry. And if you're a fast spinner and you're impatient and angry, and it's just not going to be fun.
No, she was doing like $10 slots.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Yeah,
That's fuck you money playing.
Yeah, and I'm like, where is this fuck you money coming from?
Right, it's coming from your Twinkie fund.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I eating fried bologna for breakfast? What the fuck is happening here?
Well, I grew up in Northeast Philly, and it was middle class, but it was obviously lower middle class. We didn't have a whole lot. And my neighbors a couple doors down, they went to the casino like every weekend.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you, I'm glad my mom's dead. There's a casino in town.
That I never do well there.
I've never gone.
I get crushed there.
Never been
crushed. Every time I go in, they're like, "Oh,
they have strippers and hookers there."
No,
I'm not going. No point.
Well, Vegas.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah,
there's all. Just walk. I'm standing in line to go to dinner with my mom and my mother and my wife. But I'm standing with my mom. We're talking. We're chit chatting, and all of a sudden, Mama Boozalon comes walking down the alleyway, and I'm like, I see crimson. I see a large crescent moon. And I looked at my mom and she goes, "Yep, that's what you're saying. Nipples, just here they are. Yeah. Look at me, world. Broad daylight. Children are in this casino, it's in the dining area."
Norristown used to be like that near the transportation center.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like I'm getting old. Like I get upset. Like, I watch the news every night. 6:30, I watch some broadcast news from 6:30 to 7. I want to see what's going on. Who did Israel bomb? What's going on?
What the fuck am I going to
What's
deal
going on
with
with my stock market? Who did this? Whatever. I just want to give me a summary, okay? I just want to know what's going on.
How fucked are we?
So I tune in, and then the commercials come on. Okay, I don't need to know about this drug that could make me vomit, piss, shit, smell, fart, whatever.
Impotent, but you get your hair back.
And then to top it off, they have commercials now on television with women shaving their crotch. Now, I like women's crotches as much as the next guy, and I really dig that. But I don't want to look at strange pussy area while I'm eating my noodles. You understand what I'm saying?
Not strange.
It's a holy time. 6 to 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'm eating my dinner. I don't want to hear about your lupus. I don't want to hear about your cancer. Sorry if you've got it. I've had things. I've gone through things. I've been in the hospital over the last year. Lots of stuff happened to me. I don't talk about it to people while they're eating their food.
If anybody's eating right now, we're sorry.
Well, it's past that, unless, they could be in Vegas, where it's 5:48 in the afternoon. Weather is sunny and fucking hot.
Yeah. Just like yesterday and 80 other days before that.
But there's no reason for that nonsense. I don't need that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Reno was worse. Reno was like that, but I'm like, Grandma? Like, it was like old lady.
Oh, yeah. There's so much going on.
Ugh.
So much. And where we were staying, there was so much going on.
Yeah, I remember I was in on Pigalle, like where the Moulin Rouge is in Paris, by myself once. And I swear to God, there was a hooker in the shadows. Now it's like, I went home. I was like, oh, my friend, I'm like, your mom's a hooker in Paris, man.
What happens in Paris stays in Paris.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And like, it's amazing. Is Vegas like one of those, You
Sorry.
go there and they're like barkers everywhere, like "Come on in, pussy, pussy," but like that kind of
Well,
stuff.
Yeah,
Not quite as gross as
changed,
that.
you know. But they like in 2008, the first time I went out there, they had all these. They call them snappers.
I've heard about those.
So it's. And I'm not, you know, trying to say anything about a specific. They were all Mexican. Every person was Mexican. I don't know why. I guess that's who they hire, whatever. And they don't speak to you, but they snap a stack of cards that they have. And you're snap, snap, snap.
Oh, that's the shit.
And they try and hand out, and it's all things to get a hooker. It's
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
hooker
yeah.
to your room, free this,
Yeah.
whatever. And there were hundreds of these people throughout Vegas, all over in the corners. They're all very few. We saw about 4 of them the entire time we were out there this time.
Oh wow.
So
Have
I don't know if
come
they've
back?
you know told them they can't do it or whatever happens.
Like
Because
I
everybody
said, like you're littering. People throwing
here's
naked
what happens.
chicks all over
You're
the
walking
ground.
down the street regardless. The average John Cupa. Well, look at that, honey. Oh my. He's handing me a card. People take the card to be polite because they don't know what else to do unless they're.
Oh my God, it's a naked woman.
Then they take it, and they throw it on the ground because their wife might see them looking at it or whatever fucking happens, and they throw it on the ground. Now here comes Johnny.
Oh, look at that. There's boobs on the ground.
That's where we found all our porn as kids.
I know. Well, they can just look on the internet now.
Yeah.
I'm getting all bent out of shape about stuff that kids see every day anymore, but it's just anyway. It's just anyway.
Yeah.
The thing of it is,
What's that now?
no, that's what my mother-in-law says all the time. About 25 times a day.
Oh, there's a lot of things.
It's interesting.
Mm.
It's you know,
You know what I do
It's
find
interesting.
I like
it's
about
an interesting life.
I do like about these days. Remember when they used to say, "Well, that's what they say."
Yes,
Now I know who they are.
we are.
Social media.
Them.
Yeah, and we're part of it. God damn it.
We are
We're
them.
part of the problem now.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why.
No, I'm the grumpy old guy who watches. You shouldn't be showing a girl shaving her pubes. I'm trying to eat my noodles.
Yeah, wait till later.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
There is no later. It's now. It's now. Now is now.
No, it's Vegas. When the hell's time? You know.
But I'm talking about here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is. It's
Just trying to watch the news. I just
Yeah.
want to see what's going on.
You can't.
No.
Can't do it. Everything's disturbing.
What the hell, man?
What?
What the fuck?
Exactly.
Yeah. But it is funny. It's like I remember, like you know, like I said, we found porn. It was like you'd go off into the woods somewhere, and somebody stashed their Playboys. In
It
the
was
tree,
always in the woods.
and that's how you found it. Or like occasionally somebody, and I don't know why. Maybe it's a King of Prussia thing. Somebody would be driving around, probably in like an old banger Camaro, and we just throw them out the window of their car.
That's how I got my first bottle of wine.
And you'd find, well, they threw everything out. Like you go to McDonald's, the whole family finishes, they throw the shit out.
I was
on the Cody Iron Eyes.
I was on South Street with my friends. It's crazy. This is a crazy story. This is
That's what we do here.
so I used to listen to the Metal Shop on YSP. I think it was called the Metal Shop. I don't know what.
Yeah, I think so.
It was the King of Dirt and Killer Ken. And I got friendly with Killer Ken because he's a Kiss guy. And, so he, in his infinite wisdom, invited me and my friends to come down, who we were all about 16, 17 years old. So we go down to the radio station, and that's exactly what was happening. Giggling and carrying on. They're trying to have a radio show. They're doing the Metal Shop. The King of Dirt. And,
There's boobs on the wall.
that's what was happening. And they threw us out. Now, out of that deal, I got autographed picture of Aerosmith. I have an autograph from Ozzy that I got that night. I got a bunch of stuff, and Ken was gracious, and he's a great guy, and I consider him a friend, even though he doesn't answer my emails anymore. But Ken,
Scotty kept talking about the boobs.
he helped write the Kisstory books and one of the other Kiss books. Anyway, so Ken was gracious enough to have us down there, and we got thrown out. So what do? We're young kids. We're out of our minds. We're in my jacked up 79 Cougar.
Oh,
We go to South Street.
yeah, that's where you go.
So we're smoking
where we used to
pot
go.
and walking down South Street, and we're yelling at people, and we're driving down South Street. People were dining at a restaurant, and we're like, that wine looks good. And they came over and just gave us the bottle of wine.
Oh, nice.
And we're driving around drinking wine and like, ew, this wine's terrible. But
Well, they gave it to you.
we're drinking wine in the back of in the front. I was driving. I
That's
was bad.
Just terrible.
I was a bad boy. Ugh. I laid in the middle of Fifth and Market and blocked traffic. When I was drunk one time in Philly. If you know Philly, Fifth and Market,
Yeah, that's what you
it's a
do.
pretty major intersection.
Just a little.
I had to hell with the consequences. I don't know. What happened was I had 5 Long Island iced teas that night.
How old were you?
I was 17.
Jesus Christ.
I was driving,
Oh, good.
and my
Couldn't
friends,
make it to Front Street.
my friends were smart enough to take my keys.
And what? Put them in the ignition for you? 'Cause
No,
you
they
couldn't get
they
it?
took the keys from me. You're not driving. We'll figure it out. Well, I flipped out. I went, oh, I'm gonna. I ran and I laid in the middle of the street and threw a hissy fit. And
Oh,
I got the keys back.
yeah. I just give them to you.
And
Yeah, we're
that
taking
was
septic. Go
that was an
die.
interesting ride. We didn't hit anything. I mean, that's where one eye driving comes into play. But
Jeez.
kids, don't do this at home. It's not for real.
No. Did you ever go to Front Street?
Yeah. Yes, we used to go to Front Street. We used to go to Aramingo, behind Aramingo Avenue by the chemical companies. There was
Yeah.
a place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a Fiero GT decimate a big old 60s muscle car.
That was probably later. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they put the V6s in those, and it clearly was worked because they weren't that fast. But at that time, the Grand National and the GNX had come out. And a lot of people knew what the GNX was. Now, the guys that raced at Front Street did.
Yeah.
And there was a GNX coming down, and this guy would just dust people. Dust them, man.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like you see the cars now, like the guys who race. It's like, how much money did you sink into this shit?
And now it's worthless.
Yeah.
Because here comes Frank in his electrified battery operated Prius or whatever the hell it is.
Tesla, and it
The Tesla or
blows
whatever.
the shit out of you because
That will go to 0 to 60 in 2.8 to 3.8 seconds.
Mhm.
And you didn't even hear it go by except
Yeah.
for the wind. It's a crazy world.
I just remember we went down there the one night. I think it was the last time we went down to Front Street. My friend drove down in his Escort, his Ford Escort,
GT or just an Escort?
just an Escort.
So he's pumping about 105 horsepower,
Probably not even.
maybe 95.
And there was like 4 of us in the car.
Oh,
and
well, yeah,
we're just watching the
Mhm.
races and stuff. But then we square off somewhere down the road against a Volkswagen Beetle. And it was like the Special Olympics of car racing. I mean, it was, I don't think either car broke like 40 miles an hour just going down the street.
So you know what people do with VWs now, or they did 10, 15 years ago. They would make sleepers into bugs. They would get Porsche engines,
Oh,
which
yeah.
directly bolt up apparently because it's made by the same company. And they'd put in Porsche engines and just go dust people.
Oh, yeah. I've seen guys with that shit.
It's cool.
I saw recently, I saw a, what the hell was it? I think it was a fucking Pacer. Somebody had just tricked the living hell out of, and I was just
They put
drooling over.
V8s in Pacers.
Yeah. You know what's really weird? You were the first person in like forever to mention a Vega to me.
Oh, cool.
And
car.
I swear to God, like a week later, I saw one for the first time, and God knows how long.
Cool car.
And I was just like, that son of a bitch. There's the Vega.
I mean, it was basically a shrunken. It was like if you took a shrunken head, it was a Camaro shrunken.
Yeah, it was-
A shitty little 4-cylinder engine or a 6-cylinder, but people were putting 8s in some of those things and dragging them.
yeah, they would surprise
My
you.
neighbor had one. He had a Cadillac that he wrecked, and he put a Cadillac, the front grill, had it customized onto his Vega. It was like, fuck you, I lost my car, but I still got my fucking Cadillac nose.
It's like guys racing. What the hell was it? Mavericks and shit.
Mavericks, oh yeah. Well, Mavericks were, stretched Pintos or whatever. But some of those Mavericks had 351 Clevelands in them.
Yeah. Every once in a while,
You're
you
talking about a car with some punch.
you just see something pull up, you don't know what the hell it is.
First time tonight, we have 0 viewers on Facebook
Oh,
all night. First time tonight. That's good.
well, it's not almost 9 o'clock. It's bedtime.
Oh,
for a lot of
it's
people.
time for the news.
Oh shit! I'm gonna do that, don't I?
Yep. You're up.
Oh God
up.
damn it! All right.
Hold on. I got to
That's all right. I gotta do
cue it
stuff.
up. So in the meantime,
Hey, I'm a police officer.
see, I don't know. It's
It takes time. Word isn't responding anyway. So
it
there we go.
I'm becoming that old cranky guy. I'm worried about myself.
It happens.
You know, I had heart conditions last year, and now I'm the cranky old guy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm worried about myself. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Ooh, shit, I don't want that.
Well,
you dare.
don't do it then.
I don't have a choice. It's fucking me over here. Oh, you bastard! You evil bastard!
So are you good?
I'm good. I'm ready to go with this one.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
All
I
right.
got to get the announcer guy to come in here. Let's see if I can get him to come in. Hold on. Here we go.
All right.
We got no sound. Hold on. Here he comes. Production value 0.
Yep.
And now, the news on the American Moron Entertainment Network with your host, Jim Perry.
I feel like I gotta kick somebody's ass now. All right, I'll do it later. I'm busy. All right, so again, it's just our news and not the shit that's actually out there. So, all right, so COVID-19, all that fun shit. A lot of states, a lot of towns, a lot of places got relief funds from their governments. Cool stuff. I mean, we got some. It was nice. Thank you. Paid some bills. This little fucking Japanese town called Noto,
of course,
decided they were going to use their money to build a 13-foot high, 29-foot long statue of a squid.
I have nothing.
Yeah.
Not Godzilla,
squid.
just a squid.
And it cost around 200 grand American.
That's funny.
Which is, I don't know, 6 or 7 yen. I don't know. So that was just.
Excuse me, I have
start
a
out.
few more questions if you don't mind.
Yeah, so do I. Here's one from California. We'll come back to the coast. So, giant condors apparently are endangered and shit.
Aw,
but
they're so beautiful. Not.
Yeah, no, there's about 15 or 20 of them in some lady's backyard in San Francisco, and unfortunately, they won't leave, and they've covered her entire deck with shit and roosted and climbed into her AC unit and basically destroyed the entire back of her house.
But they're protected. We have to protect them.
Yeah, fuck that. Oh, I got.
That's correct.
We can talk about that. We can talk about some animals after this. I've got something for you.
Yes, that's right. That's correct.
Yeah.
Maybe she was the supervillain, the penguin.
God.
All the birds.
What the fuck is going on here? Why isn't this working?
Dude, how come nobody's calling in?
I don't know. One guy tried, but I was like, you were talking, and I was like, hang on a minute.
Oh, you should have shut me up.
Why? He just left. I was like, I'm sorry.
Figures.
Yes, first caller you get in a long time. Jim, don't let him in.
Shut up.
I was like, this guy, sorry. He was on and in and out and in. It was really weird, but. So what the hell is
I
this?
interrupted the news.
That's fine. The news is shit. What the hell is this? I do actually prepare. What is this crap?
Was it Chicken Man?
No.
I can't wait.
Oh, this was for Mother's Day. That's why I was confused.
Oh,
it was a list of weird things you can get for Mother's Day.
So it's after Mother's Day. It's
after.
like
So
it's like my birthday. I still keep getting birthday wishes
Yeah,
from April 17th.
That's right. Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday.
I know, but
It
I'm
was
just
like
trying to be.
It was like a year ago.
I want to fit in. So
excuse me.
You can get toilet paper earrings for your mom. It's a little roll of toilet paper.
Why would
I don't know,
dude?
A little cake, cookie cake that says "Sorry for being the reason your bladder leaks."
Okay.
A device that's supposed to make her calm down that she wears on her head.
Please.
A porno Golden Girls
No,
coloring
for your
book.
mom?
Yeah.
Come on, please
A
stop.
champagne bottle bong.
Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry.
Alcoholic whipped cream. That I do like.
Okay, that's okay. I could see that. Just don't bring dad into the situation.
No, I'm gonna just end there. But I will say that one for my mother when she turned 60, my cousin and I went to. There used to be years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago. There was a school.
Many years ago.
Ironically enough, there was a school for the blind.
I know over
where Buckman's is.
Yeah,
and after
they had a lake there.
Yeah, and after it was a school for the
I have a
blind.
book on that.
Well, that's where Abrams Run runs through. Now it's under the parking lot.
Yep, and it floods the
universe and gets gasoline in it sometimes. That was fun.
I read about that.
I was here for that. It was great. But the School for the Blind then became an adult gift store with porno places up.
Come on, man.
It did. So we went in there when I don't even think I was old enough. I wasn't old enough to go in, but they let us in and we bought my mother a pair of musical underwear for her 60th birthday.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Did they vibrate?
I don't think so, but I have never, ever in my life laying in bed, in bed, and be terrorized that I might hear the jingle "Happy Birthday" being played. Because here's a fuck my life. When we moved back from Florida, like my dad never came down because there's no work down there, and we finally gave up and came back.
That's what happened to. I know some people.
Yeah, so we came back, same house, everything. So my room had been turned into a terrarium or something.
A bungalow.
Well, it was just full of plants and humid.
Oh,
so I had to stay in my.
They were growing wheat,
I suppose. So I was in my sister's room, which was across from my room until all that shit got out of there. Laying on the floor, and it was adjacent to my parents' bedroom wall.
This was post-Italian Norristown.
Oh no, our house was very. Well, it was hard to tell because it was like the velvet wallpaper.
This is when the transition.
Oh yeah, yes. So I hear this moving, banging, or something going on in the room next to me, and I'm like, "The fuck!" And I get up.
Oh no!
And I
no, was it really?
I just got up and I went to the bathroom in the hallway to get a drink, and I
great googly moogly.
I turn around. I don't turn lights on, so it's completely dark. So I'm standing there, and I hear my mom go, "Pig." And I turn. She walks in the bathroom, turns on the light. She's got a T-shirt on and nothing else. And all I hear in my head is Dice going, "Mary, Mary, quite contrary."
We got to go see him in July.
Yeah,
he's coming.
Yeah, I love him.
With my boy Vic.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun,
dude.
What is it? Oh, here's one from Florida, and this is the last one I've got. So Florida, and now this is the same state that seeded a hurricane and to stop it, and it spun around and hit the state 3 more times back in the 70s. They're now reducing.
You can get rid of that or bring it back with a Sharpie.
Well, yeah. Well, now they're going to release genetically modified mosquitoes.
I've heard about this.
To stop yellow fever, dengue fever, Zika virus, all that kind of stuff. I can't wait to see what horror they unleash. I really can't wait.
What about jungle fever?
That, I don't know. I don't think they can cure that. But
Give me a break.
That's the shitty news. I probably should have done more, but I was really pissed after last week, so I just left that.
That's okay. You did the best you could.
But I do have an animal story for you.
Okay.
That you kind of heard of, I'm sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
So I got I got adopted over the weekend.
Yeah, mom must have left town, right?
Yeah, first.
There was a lot of conversation about that at Denny's for breakfast last night.
Jesus Christ! Yes. What was it? I don't know when the hell it started.
Well, I know where it ended, on your forearm.
Yeah, I forget what.
That sounds like a dirty dream.
I guess it was like Friday. No, maybe it was Friday. I don't even know. Let's just say Friday. What the hell? Came downstairs. Wife's downstairs. She goes, maybe it was Saturday. She's like, "There's the cutest little squirrel sitting on the deck."
Aww.
And I look at it, and it's laying just spread out on the deck. And the dog's out there, and the squirrel doesn't give a shit. It's just sitting there. So I was like, "That's crazy." So I walk outside. It's not really moving. And then I see it walk around the little tree back there, and it's rooting through the stuff. So I go in and get a little cup full of bird seed. It's got a lot of like peanuts and stuff in it. So I go to give it that. And yeah, something like that, like 3 days ago. I don't know. I think it was Saturday. And he's just sitting there. He's ignoring me, and he found this little. I guess it was like a little aluminum like pan. We had some plants or something in it was still under the bush. So he's in that, and I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to pour some nuts in there so he can eat. He doesn't move.
Oh no!
So I walk around the other side, and I have the little cup full of stuff, and I see him. He's like licking the sponge that's in the bottom of this thing, like he's thirsty.
Oh no!
And I'm like, "Hey, buddy, you want some?" And he comes over. He jumps face first into the little thing of food, and then he crawls up my arm and starts nuzzling my face.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, "Oh my god, it's a baby!" So I'm just standing there, and he's crawling all over me and everything. And I was like,
Thank God you weren't a raven.
yeah, I was like, oh my God. And we're trying to figure out what to feed him. We don't know. And so I said,
Well, water would have been a good start.
well, I got him some water, and he couldn't really drink it. So I was just like dripping it on my arm, and he was licking it off my arm.
Oh my God.
And then we got him.
You know
like,
what they say about that?
well, yeah.
South of the border, I think they say.
No. So we got him some water. Gave him some yogurt because apparently they can have that. They can't really have cow's milk. So
Thank God for
the internet.
The internet.
Yeah, I killed the poor thing. So I had him. So okay, feeding him like little things, and then later that day, I walk out front with him, and one of the neighbors, because can I see the squirrel? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I go to walk over, and I'm like, she brought a couple of kids over to see the squirrel. I said, hang on, wait a minute. I walk past the tree. There's a little one there. It jumps off the tree and onto me as I'm carrying the first one. Now I've got two squirrels.
Oh boy.
And she's like, is that another one? I'm like,
They
yeah.
must be part of the family.
Yeah, they're coming out of the tree, which I now get a guy to look at because they made a big hole in the tree, and I think the trunk's going to collapse, but that's a whole nother thing. So okay, so now I got two. Great. So I run out to the store at one point. I get a little bottle to feed like little puppies and stuff, and get some puppy milk substitute, which apparently they can have. And I bring that home, and I'm nursing these two things. And as I'm doing that, walk past the tree again like an imbecile, and there's another one. Put my hand out, jumps on.
You got the whole family coming to you.
So I've got three squirrels, and it's like
Yes, I do.
like today, my day. I have to start work. I have to be all logged in and ready to go at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sitting there all stressed out. Like, I hope they're okay.
Yeah.
So they usually sleep until around.
And they heard
11.
this. We want our food.
No, they sleep till around 11 o'clock. So it's great. So around.
Did you make them a little house or something?
They're in a cat carrier. And
Perfect.
We just put like an old fitted sheet in there.
Yeah, because that'll keep the fox out.
Yeah, so they're out there in that. And they sleep all the time. So I go out around at 11:30. I get my lunch. I go out and I feed them. This morning I'm out there with 3 bottles, 2 hands.
Oh my God!
Trying to feed these things. Nobody's coming out to help me at first, so I've got one bottle in, one on my left hand, one with my right, and I got the other one in my mouth, and the other one's like drink. I'm like, sorry, so finally Bree came out and Caitlin came out, and they each took a bottle, and we're feeding them. And the one was a little dodgy today. She was a little nervous, and I had to like reach under the grill to get her.
Here's where it's gonna get tricky, dude. If you don't like turn them into a place, they need to learn how to take care of themselves.
Well, they will. Apparently, squirrels don't bond to people. Like, they don't go stupid and forget how to do
Dude,
shit.
I saw the squirrel follow you down here tonight.
Oh, no, it does. It will. If you
Oh my
walk
God.
away, the thing will chase you and jump up on your shoulder.
Like
Spider Rico.
Yeah, exactly like that. They hear you walking, they come running and jump up on you. But no, they're we're not bringing them in as pets. We're leaving them outside. They're
Mhm.
protected. If mommy comes,
You're like a
and-
sanctuary.
yeah, we're just taking care of them because they can't live on their own. They were dehydrated, and the poor thing was licking mud. I felt so bad after realizing what was going on.
Oh, I did that one time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he was dying. So now we have the 3 of them. We named them. The boy was the first one, then 2 girls. The boy, Bree named him Lenny Bruce because he was not afraid.
Wait a minute, what?
Nothing is real if you don't believe in who you are.
So then the second one, I was gonna name it Mrs. Maisel.
You want to hear me say it? You want to break me down? All right, I'm afraid. For the first time in my life, I'm afraid.
But Caitlin wanted to change that to Mr. Mumbles. So the second girl is Mr. Mumbles. And then when we had the third one, that one was Mrs. Maisel. So
She was like a sharp-tongued Jewish lady,
kind of like she bit me today.
but she
so that was
wasn't
kinda sharp.
Jewish. She was just somebody
She
pretending
was
to be Jewish.
squirrelish. She didn't look
You
squirrelish.
lack discipline.
But
You son of a bitch.
but it's funny. I mean, like the first couple of days, they were kind of not really eating and still a little nervous. But
Well, yeah, they lost their mother.
now they just come tearing out and jump on.
They're
the
like, Daddy.
They pissed all over me today. One took a dump on me.
Well,
I'm like,
you should have
"No,
just told them.
just covered,
I'm officially retired now.
covered in goddamn squirrel piss now.
Well, that's what smelled so good when you walked in.
Yeah, no, I changed. That's why I'm
That's
in
why
shorts.
Bella ran away.
My jeans got pissed on today.
See,
my
I do that all by
sweatpants got pissed
myself
on.
when I'm working. I'm like, I gotta.
Bree's like, what's that on your knee? I'm like,
Yeah,
"It's
we had somebody in during this for
Squirrel
like
shit.
2 seconds. Like,
They said, "Oh,
what
squirrels,
the
fuck that."
fuck are they talking about?
Ugh. But Doc, you have no idea about
Somebody
nuts.
call the fuck in.
Those things would crawl between, like I'd be sitting on the ground, they crawl and they hide in nooks and crannies. So if you're on the ground, your balls make a nice little nook and cranny there to crawl. So the first couple of minutes, I was like, "Oh no.
It's safe to them nuts.
A squirrel
You're in
pee's just
trouble.
enough to be aggravating."
I lost life.
With hey, Spicoli wants to come on in.
Bring it on, Spicoli. Right on,
Yeah,
dude.
man. That
Hey,
sounds like
Mr.
some righteous nuts, man. You got nibbled on there.
I know, no nut nibbling, not mine.
They nibble on them nuts.
No.
You need to get some leather scrotum or something.
I'm working on that.
So no, where the fuck just what state do you live in where you have squirrels that run up to you and that are
Pennsylvania.
dehydrated and starving?
Pennsylvania, they're good Amish squirrels.
They're perfect, huh?
Yeah, nice gray. Yeah, and I saw a big. I don't know if it's a mom squirrel or not walking around. I was like, come on, pick up.
Oh, so that's what they're calling them now.
What?
A mom squirrel.
I don't know. I just saw this goddamn squirrel out there today.
Did you make a jacket with teats on it?
No, I'm not doing that. It's bad enough I have to deal with like nipples again. I thought I was all done with that shit. God damn it.
Come on, man. Make a little glove or something out of the fur.
No, man. Ed Gein got put in prison for doing shit with nipples. I'm not doing-
We were talking about him earlier.
Oh, good God, why?
Some young kid didn't know who the fuck it was.
Oh, dude. The guy who is partly inspirational to Psycho. Yeah.
And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and fucking what's that? What was that movie that fucking weirdo dances around all freaky?
Buffalo Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. There aren't too many guys out there making human breast vests. I mean, I don't anyway, but
Breasts are best.
Oh, there was this guy on YouTube who sings a bunch of stupid. They're funny, but they're stupid songs. And one of them were, I think, pussy meat or pussy shoes, something like that. Jethro's.
All American burger. 7 months ago.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Why don't you get a job, Spicoli? For what? Oh, he didn't play the whole thing, dude.
I don't know what he's doing. Oh, it's coming.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was such a long intro.
It's very
visual.
Why don't you get a job, Spicoli? What for? All I need are some tasty waves, a cool buzz, and I'm fine. Thanks.
Yeah, I should have listened to that, man. My guidance counselor really fucked up.
Yeah.
That movie defined my young life.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, it did.
Like, I look at that movie now and I'm like, I knew those people.
I went to the premiere of it in Philadelphia.
Did you?
I swear to God, I did. I knew somebody else at, I think it was WMR or YSP. And I called in and I won some contest and I got free passes. So I took a bunch of my friends and we had never heard anybody say, dude. And my one buddy, Bruce, after that night, he was the dude.
Oh, we had dude
and
dudes
then
all over
it
the
was
place.
it was everybody started doing it. And I to this day I'm like, dude, the fuck, dude.
I'll never forget. I went to go see what the hell was it? Freddy versus Jason at the Sam Eric.
Oh,
that's funny.
Now the Sam Eric was in Philadelphia, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Uh-huh.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
So we're sitting we're sitting down front. It's me, what is it, 4 or 5 of us. We're sitting there and the place is getting really rambunctious. Everybody's screaming, yelling.
Sure.
And we turn around and it's like that scene from Animal House. It's like all of a sudden I hear Pinto going, Boone, we're the only white people here. It's no big
It
deal.
happens. It happens.
It was no big deal. I was like, whatever. It's no big deal.
Now you know how it feels to be the other side.
But but it was
Yeah.
it was really funny because these kids behind us, we were kids too, but they had to know that it was kind of weird. So they leaned forward and they go, "Hey, are you guys cops?" An idiot that I am. I almost said, "Not since L.A., man."
Oh,
but
dude,
the little voice,
see,
that little voice in everybody's head that I don't have. It said, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah,
so I didn't say that. I'm like, all right,
I'm
smart.
glad you listened to it.
Yeah, but we just kind of turned around like, what?
Not the Jim I know now.
Well, it was funny because it was like my friend Mike, who's like, he's an older guy and he's kind of portly. And my friend Bob, who was a little guy, and
he's a priest.
He
now,
looked no, that's not him.
Okay,
he might be there Saturday. But,
seriously?
Yeah. But this guy kind of looks like he's just like he looks like Santa, and he's like old. He's like he has grayish hair and stuff. And then there's my friend Bob, who looked a lot younger, but he was only a year younger than me. And then
was Bob.
Then there's me.
There's you.
And the guy he looks at us, and he looks at the old guy, and he goes, "You look like some old desk sergeant. He looks like a rookie." And he points to me with my long hair, and he goes, "You look like that guy from Tango and Cash."
Oh my God.
And I was like, I hope you're talking about Kurt Russell.
It was definitely talking about Kurt Russell.
Well, that's when I had my
watched it.
Oh, it's a fucking explosion movie, but it was just so damn funny. The guy just goes down and he said that, and we're just like laughing our asses off. And the kid was just messing with us because he's like, he had to wonder if we were scared shitless, but it was fun. They had more fun in that goddamn movie than anybody I ever saw.
Nobody shot the screen, right?
No, they just yelled.
Remember
at
Howard Stern talking about going to Roosevelt Movie Theater?
Yeah, it was like that. It was exactly like that. They were screaming at the thing and like talking to these people. Like,
it's an experience,
but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was cool. Nobody bothered us. Everybody was fun. We talked to a bunch of people. But the guy leaned up and said that. I laughed my ass off.
Okay, what's your 5-point plan?
Oh, Jesus.
Now pay attention.
Oh, shit, I have that right here.
First of all, Rat, you never let on how much you like a girl.
Hey, babe. Isn't this so beautiful?
You always call the shots. Kiss
You'll
me.
have the knock
You won't regret it. Now 3, act like wherever you are, that's the place to be. Isn't this great? 4, when ordering food, you find out what she wants, then order for the both of you. It's a classy one. Now, the lady will have the linguine and white clam sauce, and a Coke with no ice. And 5, now this is most important, Raz. It comes down to making out. Whenever possible, put on side 1 of Led Zeppelin 4.
And he did it.
Yeah, he put on
Cashmere.
Cashmere. It's on physical graffiti.
I was so bummed about that. I'm like, well, you got that.
That is not cashmere, no.
Yeah, I actually had this one to do. It's one of the intros. If it'll ever come up.
Mustache coming in red. Almost press it out.
That guy's like 63 now.
Or a wuss. Part wimp and part pussy.
What do you mean wuss? This girl is my exact type.
She's my exact type.
My biology class.
Do you get a number?
Yeah. No.
Do you get a name?
No, it's too soon.
It's never too soon. I mean, if girl decides how far she's going
This
to let
is
you go.
fucking hilarious.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Go up to this strange girl in my biology class?
Yeah.
Hello, I'd like you to take your clothes off and jump on me.
I would.
I would.
Yeah.
Please.
You know, just like last summer. Fell in love with that girl at the photo mat. You bought $40
Oh God, I know this guy.
and you never even talked.
Uh,
You don't even
Oh,
own a
God.
camera.
Will you tell me, Mike, what should I do?
This is what you do.
Write this
Start from
down.
the minute you walk into biology.
yeah, men have died trying to obtain this information.
And you don't talk to them. Use your face.
Use the body.
Use everything. That's what I do. I mean, I just send out this vibe, and I have personally found that women do respond.
Well, naturally something happens. I mean, you put the vibe out to 30 million chicks, something is going to happen.
That's the thing.
That's the idea, man. That's the attitude.
The attitude?
Yeah, the attitude dictates that you don't care whether she comes, stays, lays, or prays. I mean, whatever happens, your toes are still tapping.
There you go. I remember back in my 20s, a guy who was just like Ratner, like would go and like stalk women and buy shit just to, you know, talk to them. He was in love with this girl, and like he was like obsessed with her. I had met her. She's way out of his league. Like she was in Crew. Like she was in really good shape, really pretty. Like
she was in Motley Crue.
Yes, and she
What do you mean she was in Motley Crue?
No, she was on the crew team. She was a rower.
Okay.
So she was in really.
She was a boat girl.
She was a really well, Upper Merion boat girl. What are you going to do?
Where did they go, to the sewer?
They went down to the river in Bridgeport. It's pretty. Yeah, I know. I was surprised she wasn't mutated. But so he asked me one day, he's like, "Could you please give her a call and just, you know, tell her I like her?" And I'm like, no,
fuck
no,
that.
I'm not doing this.
That's fucking
I was like, I get what you want, man, but I don't know her. And so he begged me, and I called her. So I'm like, look, I know he's kind of a wanker, but he really likes you. Is there any? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. What am I gonna do? Like convince her he's not a total dork? And she's like, look, he's nice. He's you know, we're friends. I just don't feel that way. I'm like, okay, you know, talk for a few minutes, got off the phone.
Okay.
So like a year later, hanging out with this guy's brother, and this chick runs into us, and we start hanging out, and we're just hanging out. We go back to my parents' place when we're watching a movie or something. I don't know what happens. And she was like messing around, and I don't know what happened.
Who you were.
You know, she knew who I was. We knew each other. I don't know what happened, but we were like, all of a sudden, like
Hello,
I was on top of her, and we just started making out.
Okay.
So then we started kind of dating after that a little bit. And
Thank you, honey.
like, I'm not saying a word to this guy because I don't want to break his heart. I mean, this guy hated me anyway. He's like, oh, you're my friend. I just want you to die. So, you know, it was like that kind of thing. So, you know, I didn't say anything. All of a sudden, this chick worked with him. She went to work one day and told everybody about what
I'm boning Jim Perry.
Pretty much, yeah. And
I'm boning him. You hear me? I'm boning him.
And I walked in, and he just walked up to me and was just like, it was like, you know, Becky at the end of Coward of the County, shattered look. You know, like he just looked broken. He's like, how could you? And I felt really bad about
I would hit you in the gut, and then I would punch you right in your mouth.
So like, you know, I don't know, like maybe hours, maybe a day later, like he you know, kind of like gotten out of the area where he was shocked. Now he's just pissed off, and he walked past me. He's like, "Fucking Damone."
Did he say that?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
He started calling me Damone. I was like,
you owe him like that.
Nothing.
That's classic.
No,
that's beautiful.
that guy.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
Poetic modernism.
But that guy, every time I liked a girl, had a crush on her, he asked her out. And the fucked up thing is,
I had a guy buddy who did that.
every
chick
chick
I was with, he's like,
yeah.
I got your phone number. I'm gonna call you on Friday night. That guy, he doesn't know how to treat women, but I do. I have no money.
Oh, Paul, I know about her. I can tell you what her taint tastes
but
like.
I know everything about him, and I'm gonna turn you to the dark side.
Yeah, that's what this guy did. He was blonde hair, blue eyed, and that was all. It didn't matter that he was like autistic.
Well, this guy looked like the guy that Damone was trying to help.
Yeah, well, this dude looks like Winnie the Pooh. Looked like fucking Winnie the Pooh.
Stop laughing at me.
But like, you know, every chick would go out with him, and everybody like, he asked everybody out, and like, so this one time this just happened. I didn't do it on purpose.
Yes, you did.
I didn't. I swear to God. No, I actually kind of, I don't want to say dumped, because that sounds like I thought said like I don't want to do this anymore.
A minute.
And really pissed her off.
Come on,
But I was
please
like,
stop.
I had just broken up with somebody. I was in a weird place, and then I went away to exile in South Carolina for the summer. When I got back, I was like, yeah, let's not do this anymore. You know, But yeah, I was Des Moines
It's
forever.
always
now.
South Carolina.
Yeah, that's where you flee to.
Yeah.
North Myrtle Beach. It's a shithole.
Yep.
As I told you,
me?
that's where I was like. I
That's
was
the
working
second person I've heard say that.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I was working the front desk of my sister's. She had a motel on the beach, which you think sounds really nice. It's not. It's a hotel on the beach in a shithole.
Spider Rico.
So I'm sitting
Is
there.
that the name of it?
Yeah. Oh, he's the shithole motel.
The Spider Rico shithole.
Yeah. It was a huge sign. It was so expensive. But I remember sitting. It was like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. I'm sitting at the front desk. This woman comes in drenched in fucking blood.
Nice.
Like, I'm talking drenched.
Hi, Carrie. What brings you back?
And she comes in. She goes, "Can I use your phone to call the police?" I'm like, "Fuck me."
No, I will not. Oh,
Wait, where's
hold on. Ready?
Yeah. Fuck my life. So she comes in drenched in blood. She's calling the cops. They put her. I swear to God, they put her on hold.
Hold on a moment. We have another problem coming in.
Oh.
I want to tell you something. This is coming straight from the heart, and I mean this.
Fuck you.
Where you going? Why? What shot did you ever take? I ain't kidding. Well, maybe you.
Jesus Christ.
You know that? I don't believe in myself no more. My father, he said, I believe in
You was never too smart. He said to me, you weren't born much of a brain, so you better start using your body, right?
None of that
Become a
happened.
fighter.
Sorry.
Then she says the greatest thing I've ever been. One of the best things anyone's ever told me.
The bloody lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks at me and she goes, "Oh, this blood ain't mine."
Was she British?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's better. You know, there's just an element of class. You know,
What if you're like, "Oh, all this blood and gore, is it mine?"
Is it mine?
Yeah.
Is it really this one? I mean, does this make me look bad?
No, she was more like, "Yo, this blood ain't mine."
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I know you?
Yo, no.
You're not from my neighborhood. Well, we don't call it a neighborhood there, but no, I don't care for that.
Yeah, I that's what happened.
I'm sorry that happened.
Oh, and
to
then
you.
she told me that the
happened,
reason
or-
she's covered in blood, somebody else's blood, is because somebody got in an argument with her and she pulled out her razor
Oh, so
and
she
slashed her.
yeah, she hit the jugular vein.
It looked like, yeah, like
Oh.
if she'd like cut the head off a fucking cow.
Well, you know, some of my friends used to work at slaughterhouses, and you know, sometimes they'd come home looking like that. You know,
I thought the best thing was my sister's husband. Like after 3 cop cars pulled up,
Excuse me.
he realizes something's up. He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "You see that lady covered in blood? She just used the phone."
oh my,
And he's like, "I was wondering why you were holding that
You
baseball
have an
bat."
Interesting life, Jim.
It's fucked up.
Do you know what it's time for, Jim?
Hmm.
It's that time again.
Oh, it is.
It's 9:32,
Oh, that's the perfect time.
and it's time for Chicken Man. He's everywhere.
He is.
He's everywhere. Where's my guy?
What?
It's everywhere. He's
Where's
everywhere.
Doc? He always yells to say he's everywhere.
Oh, Doc.
Did he
I
get-
blew it. I missed it.
He's
well, hold up.
he's trying to
rewind.
behave.
It's now time for Chicken Man.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Technological failure.
We suck. What are you
All
gonna
right, whatever. You ready? Everybody ready?
do? Sure.
Okay. Not again. My favorite character.
There you go.
Now, a weekend winged warrior special. Chicken Man
Later, Spicoli.
versus the Earth Polluters.
Our audio engineer sucks.
Hello, Hal's Happy Hour Hacienda.
Is this a small, albeit popular, small singles bar on the corner of Myrtle and Green?
That's right. What do you want?
I'd like to speak with the wonderful white-winged warrior.
Oh?
Is this the bar with the dirty window panels, one broken and stuffed with cardboard?
With the cardboard, yeah.
Fine, I'd like to speak to the feathered fighter.
Nobody here by that name.
Is this the place with the dingy Christmas decorations hanging over the door?
Yeah.
With the words, Welcome 1943, so long 1942?
Yeah. What do you want, Mac?
Chicken Man, I'm looking for Chicken Man.
What is the answer to?
Well, just try calling Chicken Man.
Hey, Chicken Man. He ain't here.
Now, is this the place with the small electric sign out front showing a cocktail glass with bubbles coming out, only the bubbles are going in instead of coming out.
Yeah, this is the place. This is the place.
Well, then the famous fowl must be there.
What famous fool? Here, somebody calling me? Telephone for you. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Some real flake on the line. Oh, okay, I'll see who it is. Hello?
Winged Warrior?
Yeah, yes, it is.
This is Police Commissioner Norton.
Oh, yes, Commissioner Norton.
How are you coming along with your search for you-know-who?
You mean that villain reported to us by the American Lung Association, the smoker?
Yes. The pernicious person who blows cigar, cigarette, or pipe smoke directly into people's faces and contaminates their lungs.
Well, as you know, the only clue we had was the photo of a smoke-filled after-hours bar.
Yes. Is that the one with dirty windows and...
Yes, Hal's Happy Hour Hacienda. I'm there right now.
And have you spotted the smoker?
It's a little tough, Commissioner. The place is filled with so much smoke.
Well, work quickly, famous fowl, because now we have an APB for this heinous human from the American Heart Association.
Really?
Yes. It seems that the inhalation of the substances in smoke are a threat not only to healthy lungs, but to the healthy heart as well.
Horrible. Well, don't worry, Commissioner. The smoker may hide under a smokescreen for the moment, but eventually, I have to go now, Commissioner.
What is it? You have a lead?
No, I have a leash.
A leash?
Yes, around my neck. I'm coming, sir. One of Hal's Happy Hour regulars thinks he found a giant talking chicken. I'll call you later. All right, okay, I'll stand on the bar on one leg and do it. But you gotta take the leash off when I'm finished.
Attention crime-fighting fans. Join Chicken Man in the fight against pollution. Do your thing to save the Earth.
And join me again Monday, when once again I crush crime with one blow from my mighty fist.
I love Chicken Man.
I actually found something from the archives I was going to play.
Oh,
that was weird because I was listening to that same episode earlier.
I found so many episodes. I found over 150 episodes.
So you got 150 podcasts.
I mean, we could do 2 tonight.
You could do 2. You want to do another one?
Well, you do your thing.
You want to do this one?
Then we'll go back to Chicken Man.
This one isn't quite as old.
Very good. Thank you.
Very good. All right. This is from Icebox, which used to be
take it easy.
A website back in the 90s. This is Hard Drinking Lincoln.
When he starts,
Let me do that again. Okay.
Yeah. This is
Abraham Lincoln is deserving of glory, but when he starts drinking, it's a whole different story. The great emancipator becomes an irritator. He's a harmonizer hater. And a public masturbator. Abraham Lincoln, hard drinking Lincoln, stinking drunk Lincoln. That's me.
Would it be funny if his voice sounded
In
like that?
1856,
Probably
after
does.
losing his
Did.
bid for the vice presidency, Abraham Lincoln pondered his next move.
Abe, when are you going to find a job?
When you in a wet t-shirt contest, you pendulous nightmare.
Now, Drek at Night presents its 100-hour Sanford & Son Marathon.
You a dummy, that a dummy. You a damn dummy. It is a dream fulfilled to see 2 freed Negroes run a thriving junk emporium.
Abe Lincoln, you reek of your own filth.
And you as ugly as Aunt Esther. It's the big one. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Hold it.
Good day. I'm struggling actor John Wilkes Booth. Could I mow your lawn?
No, but you can kiss my grass, you big dumb dummy.
Sir, I shall not forget this insult.
Neither this insult shall I, sir, forget.
Who was that?
I forget. Boy, that cotton gin is some invention.
9 years later.
Crap! This is a big one, Elizabeth. I'm coming.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was wrong on many levels.
Yes. That's why I loved
But
it.
it was very funny. Should we dive back into
Yes, let's go the
okay,
other way.
all right, fine. Just hold your horses or your chickens.
Ready to move?
Choking my chicken.
Pay a low 1% listing.
No.
No.
I
Fucking
watch a
ads.
lot of stuff with
Ads.
houses.
Something very strange is happening high in the sky over Midland City. Hundreds of Midland City citizens stare in amazement at a very unusual object suspended motionless in space. Weird colored lights form the outline of a saucer-shaped kind of space vehicle. And then, suddenly, another weird object is seen approaching the UFO. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it another UFO?
Hello there. Would you mind opening up wherever it is you open up? Thank you. How do you do? I bid you welcome, and I am officially authorized to invite you all to join us for Thanksgiving dinner. That'll be November 24th, if you can make it. Me, Chicken Man. Me come in peace. Would you mind if I use your telephone? Thank you. Me have mother. You have mother?
Hello, this is the commissioner's office.
Miss Helfinger?
Yes.
This is the Winged Warrior here.
Yes, Wing Warrior.
Guess what, Miss Helfinger?
What?
I'm calling from a flying saucer. Miss Helfinger?
They have a telephone.
Well, it's really a telephone booth.
A telephone booth.
Yes, with doors and glass, just like
Are
that.
there any words in the door of the booth?
Oh, yes, there are words.
What do they say?
They read, Nergus Glompum.
Nergus Glompum.
I suppose that means telephone booth.
Right.
Or the name of the phone company, Nergus Glompum.
Yes.
Miss Helfinger, would you tell the commissioner that the crew doesn't seem to understand what it
The
is?
crew? There's a crew in the flying saucer.
Oh, yes.
What do they look like?
Well, they're staring at me a lot, for one thing.
They have eyes.
As a matter of fact, that's all they have.
What do you mean?
Just eyes, all covered with eyes all over.
process regional input SM ratio scale indicates a limitation posed by the discriminator input threshold. The threshold may occur in SM ratio between about 12 decibels depending on the design of the discriminator in use.
What?
I didn't say anything. That must have been the Nergus Glompum operator.
The process regional input SM ratio scale indicates a limitation.
I think she's trying to tell you something.
I wonder what.
Oh, maybe your 5 minutes are up.
Wow. Will Earth coins continue to work in a Nergus Glompum phone booth? And one more thing in the second place. Have you noticed that Nergus Glompum backwards is Shugrun Mumpmog? Where have we heard that name before?
Jesus Christ.
What kind of shit were they smoking?
That's funny.
That's like City Marty Croft. They actually went out and said, like, we didn't smoke dope. We didn't ever.
Sure seemed like it.
Like, are you sure? Because I've seen
Really
H&R
puffing
puffing.
stuff.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Do we lose Spicoli?
Yeah, he dropped off.
What's up, dude?
I thought he. What? Who is that? Good Lord.
Is that a vacuum cleaner?
Hey, don't call him that.
Dude.
Got quiet over there, Doc. What the hell? Did you kick everybody out?
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Now you said something that probably 3 minutes from now, fucking World War III will break out.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Come ride the little train.
Oh, dear God.
Rolling down the tracks to the junction. Forget about your cares. It is time to relax at the junction.
The junction.
When Vegas was cool.
Curves, you bet. And even more when you get to the junction.
To the junction.
Yeah, it isn't as dirty as you think.
Shady rest at the junction.
Petticoat Junction.
It is run by Kate. Come and be her guest at the junction.
She looks like she's right out of the 50s.
Well, they were.
I know. It's,
Uncle Joe, he's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Petticoat Junction.
Like, I can't figure out why, if you look at like women from different eras, like the 40s and 50s, like
they looked old.
Is it just the hair? Or?
It's the hair, and they all smoked.
I guess.
Because let's face it. Let's think about it. Dean Martin. I don't know what in the 70s, he was in his 40s or early 50s.
Yeah.
Did he look like us?
No,
I don't think so. No.
But I mean, even like
smoking and drinking.
I guess
I do a lot of drinking, but something's different. Now,
Yeah, some-
it could be just
clean living,
contemporary living.
Mm.
So in those days, they looked at themselves in the 50s and then they looked back on their grandparents in the 1901 people and going, man, they really look
I don't
old.
know, man. Lillian
That
Gish
boy.
was pretty hot. But no, I don't think Dean Martin lived clean at all.
Not even a little bit. But they say that when a lot of the times he was drinking iced tea or something
Yeah,
on
he's just
television.
faking it. Yeah.
Apparently, they said that that's what David Lee Roth was doing, but I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah. Did you watch? There's a thing on CNN they're doing about late night TV.
I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I will watch it.
I've been recording them and I watched the first 3 already, and they did which one of the Rat Pack had a late night show? Shit.
Late night television.
Yeah.
The Rat Pack?
Yeah, one of the guys, not the real famous guy.
Well, if it wasn't, you get Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra didn't have a show.
Jack Parr?
No, not Jack Parr. It was
Sammy Davis Jr.
No.
Well,
damn.
No, it wasn't Dan.
I can't figure it. Well, it's the one. It's one guy I never
I would
can.
like to just get to know you.
It's one guy I can never even remember who the hell that he's in the Rat Pack. It's like, whatever. But there was a scene with him and Dean
Oddball
Martin.
James.
They were being like really pissy on like live.
Here's
TV, which
Oddball James. No, I wasn't really. I was just. Let's see if we can find out who it is. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. God damn it! I don't have to look shit up.
Dean Martin.
Doing it all
Sinatra.
day.
Let's see. It's here, Frank.
I can't type an A. What the?
Oh my goodness gracious.
They. No.
There's Johnny
The guy in the
Carson.
back can't hear you. Go ahead, a little more, baby.
Joey Bishop?
Joey Bishop was from Philly.
Yeah, it was Joey Bishop. That's who it was.
They. You may be my leader, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch you right in your mouth.
I gotta catch a train sooner. Yeah.
What are you complaining about? I gotta go to a bar mitzvah in a minute. They heard the breeze through the trees, singing weird melodies, and they named that the start of the blues.
So I gotta tell you, like the older I get, the more I love this music.
Yeah.
So when there's certain, like we went to this place, Grimaldi's in Vegas, and this is the kind of music that was playing in the background, and I am just in heaven. I'm sitting there like an old timer. I'm there with my martini. I'm sitting there with a couple 70-year-old broads and my wife. It was fun, man.
Yeah, chicks dig this stuff too. Bree's way into this stuff.
When a good old time Italian restaurant, man, this is what you want to hear. Even like, Maggiano's is like,
that's fake.
It's
Italian.
like, it's fake, but I love it.
That's like saying McDonald's is Irish food.
But it's better than what's that other one? The other Italian place
Around here?
Olive Garden. It's like
Olive Garden. That's not Italian.
garbage.
That's nothing.
But what I love about the one in King of Prussia is they don't even fool around. They're like, yep, we're going to make the steps squeak and the floors squeak when you go upstairs.
Yeah, like my house.
To pretend it's old. But they play, they play Sinatra and all that. And it just makes me feel good when I'm sitting there. And it's not another night at the Rock Bar, which I did to death at this point in my life. I mean, I've been going to Rock Bar since I was 17 years old, 16 years old. It's, I want something a little different. And I like this shit, man.
Yeah, once in a while it's nice just to
It's
chill.
really nice. I'm trying to talk my wife into going out to dinner Friday night. Because then I'll have a gig. And although it's going to get crazy. I mean, the offers and the stuff is just starting to come in, and it's going to get crazy now. I mean, listen, whatever you see going on, wherever you are, whoever's listening, whatever's going on, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Vegas is like the pulse of the nation. It was insane there this past Thursday and Friday nights. I mean, just crowded, insane, out of this world. unbelievable. And you know, after all this past year, to go there and walk around, you know, of course people were wearing masks inside some of the places, but on the streets nobody was really, except, you know, people who, you know, needed to, or whatever reason, there were people wearing masks out in the streets, some of them. You felt like life was almost like it was all like a bad dream.
Yeah,
with a lingering aftertaste of, you know, blue mask on your face.
Mm.
Seriously, like it was really uplifting. And I saw some video today from Atlantic City, and the crowds are there.
Yeah,
they're on the boardwalk. Life is starting to come back. Life is starting to happen again.
I'll tell you something amazing. Have you noticed the amount of kids out on the street?
Oh, our street especially. We've got tons of kids here now. We have all these new families.
Yeah, and that never used to be. Caitlin was the only one who used to hang outside.
Yeah, they're sick of sitting and touching their computer screen.
Yeah, like when we first moved here, my kid we used to ride her scooter around and, you know, do stuff and ride her bike. And the neighbors, when they started talking to us, were like, "It's so great, your kid's like the only one that goes outside."
Yeah,
and I was like, "What, really?" And yeah, and then all the kids got together. Then the one kid up the street got mad and blew them all apart, and they didn't go out. Now all the kids are outside again.
It's like the old days.
But now my kid's just evil. Now she's just like, well, I got the best car, so fuck them all.
That's what happens.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's getting her revenge. Let's just leave it at that. She's not doing anything. It just happened that way.
That's life, man.
But
it's evolutionary, not revolutionary.
Yeah.
Few things in life are revolutionary. Life is gradual change.
Well, the one thing I'm not
And that's
happy
what
about
makes it nice
is the Bilzerians from around the corner now up on our side of the street. Two intersections that way, make a right and go down almost to the end of the street. There's a house, still has Christmas lights up.
Oh, I've heard about that from my wife.
Yeah, they're up here now. So
unbelievable. How beautiful. Yeah. Not the people around the corner.
No. I keep calling them the Bilzerians because they're like that family from the movie or from the TV show Big Mouth.
Get a job, you bum.
They obviously have money, but good Lord, the place is like a war zone.
I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about the corner house here?
No, up here around the corner. There's a house. They still have Christmas lights out. When the kids are done with their bikes, they just dump them in the middle of the street. There's like they put their toys and shit out in the street.
You know what happens to toys that lay in the street?
Well, yeah, I know what happened to mine, but these kids are putting like trampolines and the one kid's they bought him like one of those illegal motorbikes that aren't
What street
licensed.
is this on?
Jonathan? And it's like almost all the way down the end. I just like look at the neighbors like, poor bastards have to live with this.
I have not witnessed this.
You would lose your fucking mind, man. It's just the kids are outside and they're nightmares. They're just screaming all the time.
Is this close to Screwballs?
No, it's all the way up the other end.
It's
all the way. It's like go 2 blocks up, 2 corners up, make a right and go almost all the way to the end of the block. And
near the new houses.
No, it's still the old ones down. It's near Abrams Mill, but on our side, it's like go up here and go this way. It's almost like on the way to
Go down there.
Yeah, go over that way. Actually, no, it's this way. What am I talking about?
Go that way.
I forget where I am.
Go down that way.
Yeah, walk up our street.
Go down the street.
Walk up our street towards the mess.
Yep. Make a left.
Nope. Keep going to the next house where the boat is.
Yep.
Then make a right.
Okay.
And then go all the way down the end. It's right around there.
There was a house there, one of those streets. Guy used to like carve stuff with his.
It's right. It's 2 doors down from him.
Oh, because there was a house that was owned by a little old lady.
Yeah.
And it was in bad shape. Old GE employees. The husband worked at GE for 50 years because we had GE right here. They used to make all the nuclear ballistic missiles here.
Re-entry vehicles for
and all these people, they lived here their whole lives. Their career, they bought. These were where we lived. This was a GE neighborhood. All the houses were built for GE employees. And you know, typical life cycle of guys and gals that, you know, lived the life of the 50s and 60s. You know, the guys went to work and they smoked and drank like fish, and they died in, like, you know, 20 years ago, and their wives are still hanging on by a little thread, and then they drop off and the house hasn't been maintained for 10 years and we have to live next to this shit. Not that that's a terrible thing, but it's weird, you know. And you know, it's like, boy, that lawn hasn't been mowed since 1984.
Oh, that's the guy around the corner that never mows the lawn. Yeah, that's a rental house.
Well, what I was trying to do, I was trying to gather up a whole lot of shit so I could feed the cows in the back. Do you see the cows I've got?
There are no cows, because if there were cows, the
Well, her
grass would be
name's
that fucking
Emily.
long.
She used to work down there at that stripper bar, but I keep her in the barn in the back, and
That makes
I
sense.
feed her the grass.
That grass.
Shh.
No, say sorry.
She's fed well. I'll tell you what, man. I sometimes I stop by that custard stand place, whatever that's called, the Flirty, and I get her to some of that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like living here. I bought this house cheap. Them GE people sold me my shit. I just love it.
Yeah,
I love
every
it.
time I paint and have to remove a faceplate off the wall, I find some interesting shit they put in the wall.
It wasn't lead paint. I'll just tell you that.
No, that's covered up with lots of acrylic, but it's the 1960s era extension cords I keep finding.
Oh, I found
wired into
my
shit.
ceiling.
Yeah, I've got one in my attic. It's
that's what was running my range hood or something.
Oh yeah, this one. If you plug it in to the attic, there's the light bulb hangs down. It's got a screw-in socket with a plug in it. If you
They
plug
must
it
have
into
just been
that,
all the engineers were like, dude,
Fuck
just
it.
just
It'll
run
be
an
fine.
extension
Yeah.
cord, and
it runs to a spotlight on my backyard. I don't
we had
care.
a bunch of stuff like that. A couple outlets in our kitchen that went to nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I found them.
Yeah, I keep finding them every once in a while. Every time I paint a room, I start pulling shit out of the wall. I'm like,
this place is a fire trap. We're all gonna die.
And it's never connected to anything, thank God. Well, we got 4 minutes before they're going to throw us off the air.
Those bastards.
So,
Hey, you gotta be a moron.
Doc, you
gotta
got
be a
anything going
moron
on
to
you
wanna
want
be a
to
fighter,
babble
you know what I
about in the
mean?
next minute or so?
4 minutes are going to throw us off the air. Last week you were on for 4 hours and they didn't do nothing.
They thought I did anyway. Jesus
Sons
Christ.
of a bitches.
So old school, 8:30, Screwballs, King of Prussia.
Screwballs with special guest drummer James Nathan Lowe was on tonight. He was listening to the show and
Oh,
commenting.
hey.
Unfortunately, he couldn't make it this weekend. He was going to sit in with us, so we have a special guest who potentially could be the drummer for the band. It's looking like I'm not going to say anything.
We shall see how it goes.
It could be good.
Pardon me?
No, not pardon you.
I'm sorry, I said.
All right. So yeah, it should be fun. 8:30. It's weird. It's 8:30 start. I guess they're still going early.
I guess they're going to modify. Well, I think it's May, June, something, whatever. Everything goes back to, the
9 o'clock starts.
9 o'clock starts, and then then I come home at 3 a.m, and my wife's yelling at me, and I'm in the hot tub at 4. And
God, how you not fall asleep in it?
I don't. It wakes you up, man. You get in there, it's 103 degrees. You're like, woohoo! It's time to rock and roll. But yeah, it's time to get back to normal for me.
Yeah, it would be nice. Unfortunately, I think my normal is going to be more of the same, but
Where you going?
nowhere.
Why'd you have to come here?
Well, we've got commitments.
You saying I got no brains?
Well, not really.
Is that right?
Yes.
Absolutely. Hey, you thought I was in this for the money?
Jesus Christ.
He's got a lot to say tonight.
Yeah. All right.
Never in my life did I think I'd be playing this in this background music, but that's pretty funny.
Well, it's better than older Peter Gabriel.
Do it now. Do it now.
Could be
The older
back when
Peter
he was dressed as a
Gabriel.
flower
Son
and
of
shit.
a bitch.
What was that, Doc?
The older Peter Gabriel's good.
Yeah, he's just weird.
I heard that he's joining Genesis for a couple dates.
Really?
Yep.
That's creepy.
Well, they're going to wheel Phil Collins out.
Hmm.
So on that note,
Yeah.
it's been real.
Now that we feel old, we're going to go
That's what we do.
to bed.
Thank you for listening to the American Moron Entertainment Network, the show about nothing with two
You're
people.
listening to the American Moron Entertainment Network.
Oh no 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 no! I don't wanna. No no oh no no no. Huh?
Yeah. There we go.
Yes. Yes.
Jesus. And yep, they're gonna kick us off. So just remember.
So
we'll be
long, farewell.
We'll be on next week, Tuesday at 8:00, and don't fuck your toaster.
May your bowel movements go well.
Yes,
because mine aren't.
There you go.
No, you can do it with the toaster, but not in the bathtub.
We'll talk about that. All right, man. Doc, thank you. Hopefully, we'll see you this weekend.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get there.
All right, cool. Well, we'll be the loud one. He'll be the loud one up front. I'll be the loud one out back. All right, folks. Have a good night. We'll talk to you next week.
Peace.
Later.